Oh, hi. Live there, I'm eating a donut. We gonna be on there?
I'll have to go on the computer one. Here, you hold this down here.
Oh, I was gonna do it on my tablet.
Yeah, well,
That's all right.
I was messing around and it popped up.
Anybody home? Yoo-hoo! Nobody watching.
Here and see. I can see them here.
What are you doing, everyone? Looks like we got 5 people involved here. Look at that. Hey, guys. Stevie Ray, what's going on? Chad. Hey, guys. What's up?
How do you tell?
Up top
Oh,
it says.
okay.
Hey, Barry. How you doing? Look at that. All the way in New Zealand. Wow, what time is it over in New Zealand right now? Barry, what time is it over there? Holy smokies. Hey, Zach, what's going on? Wearing this shirt. Yeah, yeah, classy. Ryan's, baby.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Carson. Hey, Carson. What's going on?
Oh, good. I can type from here.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to turn this camera this way. Will that work?
I don't know. I think it's got to stay that way.
Oh,
I don't know.
here I go.
It's
Woo-hoo-hoo.
turning.
Now I'm sideways.
Oh, yeah. Now you're sideways. Got to go back.
Alright, I'll put it back this way. I was gonna go on my tablet, but that's all right. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
11:21 a.m. Huh.
Wow, 11:21 a.m. Yeah, so but that's the next day. You're into tomorrow, baby. Yeah. Wow. This shutdown is starting to get out of control. Yeah, Chad. Chad, are you in PA? I'm not sure if you are or not. I wanted to do this. Hi, Russ. How you doing? I wanted to go on and do this because we've been digging into some information. We were looking at our representatives page last night when this hit the fan, and it's sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm in Huntington. Okay. Chad, we're good. I'm going to go over some things, and that's why I wanted to do this live chat here. I'm going to get my other glasses because these are my cheapo ones, and they're not as powerful as my expensive $12 readers are. So,
Can you see what I'm writing?
I can in a minute. I'm going to get my other glasses on because those.
Loggers and log folders on Facebook page.
Yeah. Okay. So. We've been a lot of information on PA Loggers Facebook page. Excuse me, Loggers and log haulers page. We are good. I've got a couple of things I want to read to you guys. We've got a couple of notices from Appion, who we do have a wood contract with. We haven't been sending much down there lately, but I'm going to read that. What it amounts to is we are, as paper producers, raw suppliers, we are essential in that supply chain. So, sorry, I had to turn the light on. So I'm going to read some of this to you guys. And also some more information that Mammy's been digging up off the web page. We are good to go. If you're good. I really thought this was a jump of the gun.
I mean, like, are we definitely good to go?
Yeah, because Virginia said, let's see, Carson, they're wanting all of Virginia wood because they can't because of the PA loggers shut down. Okay, well, Carson, I hope you can move all the wood you can too, but we're not going to be shut down. Okay. Mammy, if you want to chime in with some of the stuff you've got going on there. Yeah, opened up logging back up today, but the log mills are still shut down through it's still on pulpwood. Yeah, so there's going to be some hit and miss on the sawmill situations. But pulpwood, all right, I'm going to read this letter from Appion, which is this is dated today, 20th. Okay, notice of continued operation. Again, this is Appion Paper Company. This particular mill is in Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania. But okay, it says, Dear valued vendor, on Thursday, March 19th, 2020, Pennsylvania ordered all non-life sustaining business to cease operation. Upon review of this information, Appion has been identified as part of an exempted and necessary industry, paper manufacturing. Under this mandate, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration also has provided exemptions for motor carriers providing the transportation of materials needed in emergency relief efforts. These exemptions expressly identify both paper and paper products as a precursor to raw materials that are required and needed to manufacture products. Appion is also working with partnership organizations such as the AFNPA, which is American Forest and Paper Association, and other paper manufacturers to coordinate our communications with federal, state, and local authorities in advocating for exemptions for suppliers that provide precursor raw materials. Okay. So then it blah, blah, blah. Their intent is to follow safety guidelines and operate, and they, the rest of it's typical. Okay. So there is an exemption page that Mammy just went on. Where is that, Lori?
I typed it on here already, Governor Wolf's website.
Yeah, okay. So she's forwarded that back here for you guys. And you can fill out an exemption thing, for pulpwood, suppliers, and whatever logs. I mean, I don't know what that's going to. I don't know how it's going to affect. If you're a subcontractor for a log sawmill, you're going to be obviously under their. I hope. You're going to be under their criteria. It's going to be up to them whether they let you work. I'm a little lost for word. I'm trying to read comments too, which is stupid. I can't do that. My brain's not good enough. But but as for I like we buy our own stumpage. We buy our own jobs, most of them. So it doesn't pertain to us. We do our thing, right? And really, I don't think we could have been shut down. Legally or constitutionally, they can't shut you down on private property anyway. The only thing is, when you get into running the public highways, through regulations, through the enumerated powers, there is stipulation there. I mean, if they're not going to allow us to haul a product, then there's not a whole lot of sense in producing too much of it, right? So that was the other issue. They threatened, well, if you don't comply, we'll pull your trucks over and take your driver's licenses and take your truck registrations. Obviously, that's not good. So, okay, we would have to comply with that. But with these exemptions to be filled out, they're supposed to let us know via email. As far as working in the woods, we're good to go. And guys, hey, none of us want this thing. Everybody needs to be cautious and logical. And I can see, using caution, and we all want to stay healthy. I mean, it's. I don't want to be off work because of getting this stuff. But that being said, too, there's going to be a lot of businesses. Hang on a minute. It's just Diet Pepsi tonight. There's going to be a lot of businesses that actually. Legitimately, understandably, have to shut down. I mean, cafes and pubs and, places where people are right up next to each other. And, yeah, I mean, it makes logical sense. You don't want to spread this thing around. However, when we heard this yesterday about, logging and even coal mining, gas and oil were going to stay, which is imperative. But then I got thinking, why in the world would these people want to shut down coal mining? How stupid. I mean, around here, I know, like, there's the Mahoning power plant, coal generation plant down here, Homer City. All of our power, I think, comes from coal energy around here. I know in Buffalo, there's a big coal plant, Buffalo, New York, Erie. I mean, so most of our power is powered by coal. And, you might only have a week's worth of coal stockpile. So what are we going to do? Get yeah, get in trouble with coal supply now? It just doesn't. It's stupid. Talk about essential stuff to keep running. And you think about modern coal mining. If it's a strip mine, a guy's in a damn D8 or a big excavator stripping, and the guy's in a dump truck taking it to the tipple. Um, if it's deep mining, the guy's in a miner, a little one of them little 3 foot things that you lay down in and go in and rip the face off a coal seam, and it goes out underneath the thing on a conveyor, and nobody's in each other's face doing this stuff. It goes out into a conveyor belt a mile back into a tipple, loaded into a dump truck, and a dump truck takes it and runs it to a power plant. I mean, there's no. It's probably the most isolated, the same as what we're doing in the woods. If you even if you've got a couple guys cutting skin, you got one guy on the ground with a chainsaw and one guy on a skidder. I mean, it ain't like we're kissing. So same with what we do. We're running mechanized stuff. There's one guy in an excavator. There's and the fella buncher. There's a guy in a skidder and a guy in a loader or whatever, and then a truck driver. It doesn't make any sense, any of this stuff. So I was really flipping out about and I'm trying not to swear and get all pissed off here, but yeah, I know, but I have to say, guys, I'm sorry, but sometimes I'm wondering if there isn't an alternative agenda here. And everybody's been dancing around the subjects. I'm not one to dance around it. I'm going to say it. If you don't like it, turn me off. I really don't. I just don't care. I mean, I got nothing to lose. Whatever. I love you guys. If there's people with other opinions. One guy left a comment the other night. Oh, bullshit. It's another conspiracy. Well, it's not a conspiracy when we have a party in this country that's done what they've done, uh, you know, and what they're capable of doing to gain their power back. I have to look at this very suspiciously, and I do. And I'm sorry if this offends you. That's, as far as I'm concerned, get your head out of your butt and check things out, because it's not even a conspiracy. It's pretty blatantly right in front of us. The recent history of what's been going on with the Kavanaugh thing, Trump's appointees to the Supreme Court, what's going on with this stupid impeachment stuff that wasted our tax dollar. No, I'm just saying that there's a particular party here that will use anything they can to gain their power back, okay? And you know who I'm talking about. So I'm very leery when I see these knee-jerk things come out via government, a governor, a liberal Democrat governor in our state, that, whatever. I'm not being hateful. I'm not being personal. I'm just saying I become very instantaneously suspicious only because of the track record here, And this is one of the things that was bugging me all day today. It's like, wait, this makes no sense at all. And here's why. Okay? When I grew up, my dad always told me, if you don't need something, if someone hangs a free lunch out, okay, a sign that says free lunch, and if you don't need that free lunch and you can go provide your own lunch, you know what? Leave that free lunch for some poor soul who really deserves it, okay? And this is the whole problem with the welfare and the entitlement thing. It's not so bad that we have some help for those who need help. I'm not opposed to that. The problem is people take advantage of it, okay? And they ruin it. And the government doesn't mind so much because they just want to expand their program and expand their reach. But it's up to us as individuals to ask ourselves, hey, do we really need this? Do you really need something? When there may be some poor soul who really does need something. They really may need help. And here I am, fairly healthy and fairly able to do my own thing. I don't really need that. So this is what we need. Our founders saw this when they told us that, we needed limited government, a smaller government. But with freedom comes responsibility. And with liberty comes responsibility, right? And our responsibility is to self-govern ourselves. So that's all I'm saying. I'm sticking to the American story here, guys. So, and in saying that, I couldn't help but think, all right, what doesn't make sense to me is there are people in the restaurant business, the hospitality business, the tourism, on and on and on, that are really, really, really going to need our help. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's bad for. I mean, we don't want our restaurants to shut down. All the people who work in our restaurants, on and on and on, all these different industries, right? So, okay, so what doesn't make sense to me is why shut down people who can work without spreading anything. Okay, we're very safe and isolated in the woods. You guys all know that, right? So then, um, why would you want to shut us down? We don't need, if we can go along, mull along, we don't need the assistance, right? So why not let anybody who can, without jeopardizing health, keep going? And I'll be very willing to throw 100 or two in the pot here and there, wherever I can, to help my fellow American get through this. Okay, I think we're all on that same page. So it's not like I'm sitting here just totally being greedy and saying, I want mine and screw everybody else. No, I see this as an opportunity to actually help our fellow Americans here. They're going to need it. This is going to be a tough time. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. You know, it's cool. GM and Ford and Chrysler, in World War II, guys, they all turned to making tanks and airplanes. And we kicked the Nazis' ass because of it, and Japan's ass because of it. Okay, we got together. This ain't nothing compared to them. So I'm very confident. I'm very optimistic. We'll be all right, But hey, we do got to stick together. And I think those who can work and those who can get out and get it done, do it. And maybe we can make an extra 100 or two. The good book says, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I don't always act like it. I'm the first to admit I'm not very good at being perfect. No, but I mean, listen. The Bible says it says, give of your excess, give cheerfully. Okay, give cheerfully from your excess, or from you. Okay, so that means, I guess the good Lord expects you to have some excess. Get your butt out and make some excess so you give some away and help. Okay? Well, that's where my concept comes from with this whole thing. I want to be able to get out and go and do things and do, if we can throw $100, hey, you know what? If there's a couple 100,000 of us across the country that can get out there and boogie and throw $100 in a till, help, with grocery funds or whatever. There's going to be a lot of good people popping up. There's going to be good churches going to be donating, good charity organizations. And yes, if the government has to help, I understand, this can be tough. But let's do that. Work together in that sense. But those of us who can work, don't take advantage of, if you can get out and work and do your thing, you do it. And you be damn proud of that. That's what built this country. Don't lay back on your laurels and I can take advantage of this situation, or I can be, somebody get some free cake here. No, I don't want your free cake. I want to be the one to help someone who really needs a piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? That's where we should be looking at it as Americans, and we're going to be looking out for one another that way. And I don't mean to be too pessimistic with the government officials. I don't trust them. I just don't trust. I'm afraid, if they can smash this economy down to nothing and then blame a certain guy for it, I wouldn't put it past them. And I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm not at all confident that couldn't happen or wouldn't happen, So anyway, I'm trying to read some of these comments. Have I been missing them all, Mammy? Because I've been blabbing. Mammy, you're a sweetheart. Thank you, dear. But anyway, thanks, guys, for, I got 23 people tuned in. That's awesome, and I really appreciate you guys. And I think we're going to be all right. You might have to do this exemption thing, but I think you know, we'll be all right. We'll muddle through this thing. And hey, Bobcat, fart pants. Yeah, that's me. Yep, just plain old fart pants. That covers it. Professor Ludwig von Fart Pants. Yes, yeah. So, hey, MSL, what's going on, buddy? You're still cranking, right? I hope I saw your comments on Nazi's channel the other night there. That's good, you know. And I think Nazi. I haven't talked to him today, but I think he'll be able to get back at it. And you know, so. But yeah, I got lots to do. I'm thankful for that. It's local stuff. Ooh, Scott, I just picked up another about 80 acres of tornado salvage today. Another neighbor turned us on, so to theirs, and it's got to be done, or you know, another summer, another few months. It's just gonna be bad, you know. Hey, Junior, how did you make out with that? With the I call it harassment you were getting there. It's just you were explaining that, and I just wow, you know, crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, anyway, um, Timber Slasher. Hey, Timber Slasher. Hey, yeah, what I was getting at was the Ford, and I got off on my rabbit track there, you know, rabbit hole. But Ford, I think Ford and GM, or Ford, Chrysler, GM, they're all going to dedicate some plants to making breathing apparatus. What do you call those things? Ventilators. Because there's a real shortage, I guess, worldwide shortage of breathing ventilators, you know. And so I thought that was really cool last night. You know, our generation, unless there's some older folks watching, you know, that can remember the World War II era, which I don't think there are, but you know, I don't know if we've seen that where private manufacturers like GM and you know, gotten involved in a war effort. You know, like I said, in World War II, they built tanks and airplanes and jeeps and you know, deuce and a halves and you know, all of artillery trailers and all kinds of stuff for the war effort. And I heard it yesterday. I thought that's pretty cool. You know, um, and can you imagine? You know how many ventilators? You know a thing like you know, manufacturing facility like GM's plants or Ford, or you know, I just think that's really it kind of gives me goosebumps, you know, to think that's just very Americana right there, you know, and I think that that's a good solid, you know, that they would step up to the plate like that, and you know, and it's good for them too. I mean, obviously they keep their workers employed and keep the doors going, you know, if there's a slump in car sales and whatnot. So I just feel good about that. I think that's a very good thing, you know. On I think there's a lot of good news on the horizon. Yesterday, I heard about it today. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Some really good news came out of France, I guess, um, with some medication that I can't remember the names of this stuff. I should write it down. But one of them is a treatment for malaria, which was first brought to market, I think, in 1945, maybe, or 55, and uh, it's being mixed in a cocktail with very very common, I guess, antibacterial or antiviral drug, and it really showed very good results. As a matter of fact, the when I think it was one of the CDC doctors or somebody. Oh, it was Dr. Oz it was on Fox News this morning. That's where I remember seeing this now. But he said that these patients that they were giving this stuff to, this cocktail of this quinine or quinlan or something like that. But anyway, this cocktail of these two drugs, which both have a pretty good safety record. There's no big no big
CPAC.
what is it?
One of them CPAC.
Z-Pack, and what was the other?
The other one is.
Yeah, Z-Pack. But anyway, in 6 days, these people with full blown COVID-19 were virus free. You know, and it's very good yeah, Z-Pack. That's it. And then it quells the multiplication of the virus also. So that's pretty good. You know what I mean? That's good news. I mean, and they're thinking this could fast track some kind of a treatment or not so much a vaccine in this case. It would be an actual treatment, an actual, um, I guess, drug to battle this thing, frontline drug to battle this thing. So that's wonderful news, we saw the market stabilize a little bit and it went down, it ended down, whatever. But that's all. I mean, we got some money in retirement. It'll be all right. Just don't panic about that. You guys know that. Just leave it in there and it'll come back. When it comes back, it'll come roaring back. So, yep, Bobcat. Schools are out in Connecticut. Yep, I get that. That's going on everywhere, and I guess that's probably good. I don't know. I mean, that kind of makes sense. You know, I don't know. It's a tough call, guys. I mean, you really. Hey, old man in the wood. There's Eric. Hi, buddy. You wonder. In the past we haven't seen this, but I mean, a lot of this stuff does make sense. I gotta say, and I'm not opposed to that sensible measures. Obviously it's the less outside contact or the less social contact we have, all up in everybody's face, the less you're going to transmit this thing, and it's probably a good thing. But so we got a few more weeks from what we're looking at. We got a few more weeks where it could get worse before it gets better, and hopefully things after that will really start to come back to life. I think there's already some good news on the horizon, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And but as far as the logging stuff go, I wanted to say that I felt really compelled to get on here and shoot my mouth off. I think we're going to be all right. You might want to fill out if you've got trucks going up and down the road, or you are a truck driver or a truck contractor. Go on and fill out exemption out. Copy off some of this stuff. Where AF and PA, which is American Forest and Paper Association. I'm sure you can get a paper or something there that's saying that this is, again, I'm quoting this, from this paper. Has the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has also provided exemptions for motor carriers providing the transportation materials needed in emergency relief efforts. So it's there. You just find it and copy it, and maybe carry a copy of it with you. If you can get this exemption thing done, they say they're going to give them via emails. I would imagine you'd want to have that at least maybe on a smartphone or a hard copy, a paper copy, so you could show the authorities and you got to remember too, we can't get mad at the troopers and whoever is they have to, they're doing their job, and I'm sure they feel very confident that they're trying to prevent the spread of this, and I get that. We can't go off on them, but we can voice our opinions on the political scene here, and again, I don't hate anybody, and I don't wish anybody anything bad, but some of these power hungry politicians, I really, really do question their validity on some of this stuff, or the who's that?
Oh, don't look at me.
Why not look at you?
You can't see the messages?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, but it's hard for me to read them and keep my train. I'm very, very, I'm very riddled with ADD here. So, and what? Oh, a devil dog. Oh, a wasp. We got hornets coming out. You get out of them donuts, mammy.
I'm just having a
Hey, bring one of them over and show everybody this. Oh my God.
Skitter Kevin Susie see.
Skitter Kevin Susie.
Okay, for diet.
Look at this. Grandma got those for us. Look at that. Oh, they look good too. I had.
See, one's
a little,
missing.
just a little,
Well, I'm just gonna have
just a small smackerel.
small soda.
small smackerel of honey. So anyway, well, I thank you guys for tuning in, and
See that Steve Yoda was on there?
no, I did. Steve Yoda, hi Steve Yoda. What did Steve Yoda say?
Hi.
Huh? Hi?
Mhm.
Oh, hi Steve Yoda. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in, and maybe you want to spread the good news here a little bit, and tell other folks that maybe it's not quite as gloomy as we thought it was yesterday. Anyway, I really did think that was kind of a knee jerk, um, you know, fast track reaction that I thought this doesn't make any sense, and I hope that somebody, you know, breaks this down and digests it. And I know we went on our representative Donna Oberlander, Republican representative here in Clarion County, and we looked on her webpage first last night, and we were gonna, I guess we made a couple comments, but there was a lot of really pissed off folks, and the Republican Party's response was, "Whoa, this is way too overstepping and way too not thought out." Last week, the Wolf administration shut down all of the rest areas, and okay, so we're trying to keep supply lines open and truck supply to fill Walmart, to restock shelves at Walmart, and the food supplies and groceries and toilet paper and blah blah. And okay, now you shut all the rest areas down. These guys are up against these ridiculous DOT regulations on drive time and when they got to shut down and all, and you've just put the boots to them. You know what I mean? And then you shut restaurants down; they can't go into the truck stops and have a good meal. Nobody thinks this stuff through very well. They just pull a knee jerk. Well, we're gonna do this because it might make us look good politically down the road. Yeah, well, you can't just pull the plug on everything without thinking this through. Again, I understand. I understand the not having everybody sitting together in a restaurant and gagging all over, and spitting all over. I get that. But yeah, they go tooey. But no, but I mean, by the same token, we can't, we can't just poo-poo on the truck drivers. They can drive 1,000 miles without stopping or resting or getting a cold drink or a sandwich or, no, come on, you got to think this stuff through. Obviously, it's pretty imperative we keep our trucks going. Hey, how about it, guys? And another thing, we were talking this morning, supposedly our DOT, our DOT guys are off for 2 weeks. You know what? I mean,
Honey, how cheap is that diesel by you off-road?
But off-road? Well, what is it, like 30 or 40 cents cheaper than on-road, I think, without the tax on it.
147 in, where's WI, Wisconsin?
WI? Yeah. That's 147. Wow.
That's off-road.
That's off-road. Wow.
What's our regular diesel here?
Regular diesel, I think right now is like what, 3.45, I think. So we would be right around $3 probably without the road tax, and we don't pay sales tax either because we're finally got our sales tax exemption. So we'd probably be $2.75 or something. $1.47, is that what he said? Wow. $3.19 or $2.19. But what was I just talking about? I can't remember now. Got sidetracked by cheap fuel. Dollar signs are going off in my head. Woo! Makes me want to burn some. Wow, where's he? Eric? That's Eric. Where's Eric at? I should know. Is he West Virginia? Virginia, I think. I think he's in Virginia. Oh, that's cheap. I should know. That's Eric. I can't think of where it guess.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. Yep.
That's down $1.60 in North Carolina.
Wow, that's awesome. But the other thing you got to remember too, guys, is the price of crude. I think this morning was what, $24-25 a barrel. So, and a lot of this has to do with not so much the Corona thing, although that's going to drive supply down, demand down for supply. But wow, Chris Boshi, I missed where he was. Where's he from? Oh, Nova Scotia. Wow, gas down, basically 75 75 cents a liter as opposed to $1.25. The only thing you got to remember with the with fuel, the oil, a lot of this is to do with Saudi Arabia flooded the market with crude to try and drive the prices down. And one of the things that their goal is also is to make it more difficult for our domestic producers to make any money. So we got to watch that. I mean, I don't mind cheap fuel, but we do need to, we do need to think about our producers. You know, they got to make money, or they're not going to be able to produce. They're all shut down. Our domestic production, and you got to remember too. Kudos, hats off to our gas and oil industry. And I don't care what the Democrats says about big oil. Big oil is amazing. I mean, they've done a lot in this country. We're basically energy independent in just a few years, thanks to the Trump administration and big oil. Well, and the American people.
You were talking about DOT.
Oh, DOT, yes, off for 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever. Okay, first thing, oh boy, field day. Now listen. Anybody with trucks, be responsible. Keep your trucks up good, okay? And maybe we'd have an argument on the other end where we don't need to be persecuted quite so much. We'll self-govern. Remember what I was saying about with liberty? We're going to have a couple weeks of liberty without the DOT curling up our butts and pitching tents. However, we don't want to take advantage of that and kill someone or maim someone or hurt someone. So let's be responsible. Let's be fair. Don't go, hauling 110 tons just because you can and bust up the roads and cause trouble and give the DOT a big fat wheelbarrow load of reason to say, see what these people do if we're not over here watching them. So let's be responsible, guys. Let's be fair. I can't stand it either when you get nitpicked over, a brand new truck and because there's a valve stem cap off it, we're going to fine you. Or, 18 tires and one of them's got a little chunk out of it and we're going to put you out. No, I don't like that crap either. But gross abusers, I'm glad they do get caught, okay? I don't, there's no reason to run around with junk. You don't have to have top of the line everything, but even my stuff, it's old, but we try and keep our tires and brakes in good order. We try and keep our trucks mechanically sound. I do not want to hurt anyone. I really don't want to. And I respect the troopers. They're doing their jobs. A lot of the stuff that they have to enforce is, I think, stupid, it's just goofy, okay? But that's more on the law and the regulation side. They're just doing their job, so we need to be respectful for them. I do thank them for being out there. The troopers, they're out in the snowstorms, they're doing their thing. And nowadays you got to remember too, a patrolman, a state trooper or any cop, the poor boy, he don't know. He gets out of his car and goes up and some crackhead shoots him. You got to feel for that too. So we got to respect our law, and we do. Balance, yes. And most of them guys are good. I mean, they're good people. I've come across a couple who are jerky, just real arrogant, whatever. That's enough. Everybody has their bad day. But yeah, really, guys, just because we might not be watched like hawks for a few weeks, let's show them that we're not a bunch of damn animals. We'll take care of things. We'll watch out over the. What's that? Yeah, well, this stuff's stupid. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff is just the stuff that Junior MSL was dealing with last week, and I don't want to say too much and get him in any hot water. I don't know what the situation is, but he was walking around. It's just ridiculous, for crying out friggin' loud. It's a logging job. You're going to make some mud. You're going to temporarily disrupt it. Maybe he disrupts a piece for 6 months or 3 months or whatever. Big deal. Fix it when you're done. Try not to have, major mud rolling in the creeks and everything. Yeah, that's not that hard to do. But my God, you're going to have a little muddy water. You're going to disrupt some soil. Yeah, we'll fix it. Calm the frig down. You know what I mean? There's no need to just shut everybody down and fine this poor bastard out of existence because he's doing his job. that we have to have balance with this stuff, and this is why some of these people get the treatment they do, because they just carry this stuff to the extreme, you know? I mean, Junior didn't have anything that looked out of the way there. He had a little bit of mud. You're going to have that when you got clay and rain. That's just the way it is. So, but anyway, all right, I know I'm blabbing and ranting and going it. So, again, guys, I thanks a million for everybody coming in and sharing with us here tonight. And it's a great forum, you know, and look into this exemption stuff. Again, if we can help, you know, email anything to you or get you looking in your own form or fashion here to get this ironed out so you can go back to work, you know. And look, everybody, be safe. You know, again, you know, be kind to one another. Remember, you know, hey, say a prayer for these poor folks that are, you know, there's a lot of hurting going on out there. And that's a shame, because we were really rip roaring just a short while ago, and we will again, you know. And just, you know, keep a stiff upper lip and keep the faith. And thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. And Josh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I know he never stops talking, but yeah, man, I'm passionate about some of this stuff. So, but all right, guys, love y'all. I'm gonna tune out. Talk to you soon. We'll do this again. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. If you do any drinking, don't go driving, okay? And remember, just because the hawk ain't outside the chicken coop, don't mean we ain't gonna take care of business in a proper way. So, you know, remember that. So, all right, guys. Love y'all. Ta-ta.
See you.
Yeah.